Good morning, student. In last lecture, we have started the topic that is deviation from Mendelian ratio from third chapter, it is inheritance and variation. So deviation, also known as post-Mendelian genetics or neo-Mendelian genetics, they observed the different patterns of inheritance or gene interaction. So there are two types of gene interaction. First is intragenic interaction and second is intergenic interaction. So in last lecture we have seen the intragenic interactions. They have given the three examples. First is incompletely dominance, second co-dominance, and third is multiple alleles. So in incomplete dominance, they have given the examples, that is Mirabilis jalapa, 4 o'clock plant. In co-dominance, the cattle coat color in cattle, and third interactions, multiple alleles. They have given the examples as a Drosophila melanogaster, that is wing gene, and second example from multiple allele is nothing but the ABO blood group system. Today we are going to dealing with intergenic interaction, that is nothing but the occurs between the alleles of a different genes on the same or different chromosome. So in that they have given the example of pleiotropy, polygene, epistasis, supplementary and complementary gene. Okay, so we are only dealing with the pleiotropy. It is given in your textbook. So we'll start with the pleiotropy. What is the pleiotropy? So concept is when a single gene controls two or more different traits, then it is called as pleiotropic gene. And the phenomena is known as what? Pleiotropism. Again go through it. When a single gene control two or more different traits, then it is called as pleiotropic gene and phenomena is known as pleiotropism. Okay, so this phenomena is called as pleiotropism, and the ratio whatever we got through this is nothing but the ratio is 2:1 instead of 3:1. So example, they have given the sickle cell anemia. According to the Mendel's principle of unit character, one gene controls one character, that is nothing but a trait, but sometimes single gene produces two related or unrelated phenotypic expression. That is why they discuss the example as sickle cell anemia, which is caused by gene HBS. Okay, HB stands on hemoglobin. Right, you know that it is a hemoglobic disease. Right, so normal gene having the HBA genotype, carriers will have the HBS, and the deceased one having the genotype that is HBS, which is lethal gene, which is deceased gene. Okay, one cannot survive with this genotype, that is HBS. So in carriers, heterozygotes, that is HBS, they shows the signs of mild anemia as their RBCs become sickle shaped. Okay, half moon shaped in their oxygen deficiency. So in the carrier person, see 50% RBCs are normal and 50% are half moon shaped. This is the normal person hemoglobin or RBC you can say, and this is carrier person's RBCs, right? So they have shown the cross between sickle cell carrier crossed with a sickle cell carrier. So they produce the ratio 1:2:1. See the genotype over here. Sickle cell carrier का genotype HBS crossed with HBS. Gametes will be HBS. See the F1, mistakenly I have written genotype. I should write the F1 genotype. So this is HBA, which is normal, HbA, HbS, which is sickle cell carrier. Again HbA, HbS, again the sickle cell carrier, and this is HbS. HbS is the anemic or lethal type or disease type which dies. So the ratio is what? 1:2:1. So important ratio will be 2:1 instead of 3:1, because this will die. So will not say that we will not include this into this. So ratio is 2:1 instead of 3:1. Right? So this is what? This is pleiotropism, which explains the intergenic interaction. Next, you have to do the homework, that is condition I am giving you, normal crossed with a sickle cell carrier. So what is the genotype? Sorry, first we have to write the phenotype. Phenotype is normal crossed with sickle cell carrier. Okay, so genotype will be normal का HbA, HbA, sickle cell HbA, HbS, gametes HbA, 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 HbS. Now you have to find out the F1, right? And after that the ratio for the same. Okay, this is homework for you. So this is about what? Pleiotropy, that is intergenic interaction, which is a type of gene interaction, comes under the topic deviation from Mendelian ratio. Right? So this is very small lecture actually, but next topic we are going to deal with the chromosomal theory of inheritance in next lecture. So till then you have to go through it, you have to cover all these crosses. Please, if you have any doubt, you can ping me on my personal number so that we can resolve your doubts. Till then, go through it, do the homework, post me your homeworks, and see you in next lecture.